So I'm on vacation right now. Well, we're actually at a family reunion for my wife's family, and we are in northern Michigan. Beautiful up here in the Petoskey and Traverse City area. Any of you coming to us from that area of the country or who have visited it know exactly what I'm talking about. But a couple of things have happened. I'm going to talk about in these two different videos. The last couple hours. The first one is my son is 21. My stepdaughter is 32, 33, and her guy is a little older than her. And I call this single digit time or something like that. We'll see what the title is. But because how many of you are like so many of us who think that those people who wake up in the double digit times of day are just slackers? And that's my son, that's my stepdaughter, that's my stepdaughter's man, and they're not slackers. But we think of it that way because they sleep in, they get up late, they're younger than us, and that's kind of how they are. That was me when I was maybe not in my 30s, but certainly in my teens and my 20s. If I could sleep in till 10 or 11, I was doing it. And then as I got older, I started to find the early hours of the morning to be such productive time. And I thought, I need to make the most of this. Plus, I enjoyed it. You get up and you go to see the sunrise, or just get out and go for walks or whatever it might be. It's just there's something special about the early morning, those single digit times, especially those early single digit times. But for those people who are not fans of that doesn't make them slackers. And yet, do you have that thought that enters your head the moment somebody in your family is sleeping till 10, sleeping till, oh boy, I got done all this stuff over the first few hours in the morning. What was the old, the Army, they do more before breakfast than the average person does in a day. It was something like that. A lot of us get that kind of higher, holier than thou attitude about what time we get up in the morning. And it's really not fair to those people who get up later. Their time that's how they are, and that's what works best for them. So just because you sleep late doesn't mean you're a slacker. A lot of these people, they get their stuff done late at night, into the wee hours of the morning, and so that's what works for them. So the key is what works for you, and whatever that is, own it and just go with it, and then make the absolute most of it, because it's such a key to your success. Don't worry about my success. Don't worry about what works for me. Don't worry about what works for somebody else. Worry about what works for you. Now, I know there is some statistic research out there that says, yeah, but there is something to be said for that early hours of the morning, the important, how productive one can be. I don't think it's the actual time on the clock as much as what are you doing when you get up, and how are you handling your day, the start of your day. Because I talk about productivity all the time, about doing the things like taking care of journaling and reading, and just making the absolute most of it. Absolutely. But so what? Maybe that's at 10 in the morning. Maybe that's at 11 in the morning for you. Maybe that's at 3 in the afternoon if you work a late shift. So don't worry so much about the time on the clock. And for those of us who are those single digit risers, we need to stop kind of looking down our noses at those who aren't. As long as they're doing what they love and making the most of their time that they are awake, and being awake for a good amount of time, and being productive, so be it. Good for them, and good for you too. So anyway, just something that popped in my head this morning that always hits me when he's sleeping in or she's sleeping in. I'm thinking, oh, come on. It just pops in my head, and then I think, what's the problem? So what? So they're sleeping later than I do. As long as they're doing the things they need to do in life to be successful, it's really all that matters. All right, different one coming to you next time from something else that happened this morning. We'll talk to you then.